You're the okay.
We need to scoot over.
Yeah, that's good.
Scoot over.
Okay, Mel needs to.
Am I good here? Okay, I'm ready.
Yep, I'm good.
And we welcome you to Great Park in Irvine, game 28 of the summer season for the OC Riptide Aidan Pham, alongside Huon Fitzpatrick. The Riptide 16-11 overall, 14-11 in CCL play. They take on the San Diego Waves, who are 3-5 in CCL play today. Well, Huon, last night the Riptide obviously got a nice win over the Philippines, 10-3. How did they carry that over into tonight?
Yeah, that was one of the better games we've seen them play. The defense was really good, which has been a question mark all summer. The offense took advantage of runners in scoring position. The pitching was really good, and they just have to continue that. I mean, Mike Ersbaumer on the mound, he's been money all summer, and every single start, every appearance he's been, and they've got good defense all around. So there's just, if they continue to hit with runners in scoring position, I think they'll be okay today.
Obviously just a big team win for the Riptide, and they're looking for their 4th straight win tonight against the Waves. We'll give you a look at the starting lineup for the San Diego Waves. Leading things off is number 34, Matthew Thomas in right field. Jacob May bats second in center field. Jacob Hudson, the third baseman, bats third, followed by Andreas Nilsson, the DH. Austin Pomeris, shortstop, bats fifth, followed by Cole Snitto, the catcher, batting sixth. Dimitri Sasidko and Connor Gomez are 7, 8, and in the 9 hole today, Michael Mira at second base. Mike Ersbaumer, like Huon said, gets the start on the mound today for the Riptide. Henry McDonald is behind the dish. Quickly around the outfield, it's Johnson in left, Montgomery in center, and Navarro in right. We'll get to the rest of the infield in a moment as Mike Ersbaumer gets set and fires the first pitch. Blooped in the air into center field, racing forward. Montgomery dives and makes the grab. Nice grab by Montgomery as he dove forward for out number 1 of the ball game.
Here we take a look at Mike Ersbaumer, 3-0 this summer in 3 starts, 5 overall appearances, 21 2/3 innings, 21 strikeouts, 6 walks, a 1.24 ERA. He's been fantastic.
Jacob May takes a pitch outside for ball 1. In the infield, from left to right, Camden Sauce at third. Caballero gets the start at shortstop. Lambden is at second, and Isaac Cadena makes his first start at first base. 1-0 from Ersbaumer, misses high, 2 balls, no strikes. Our broadcast today is powered by Cityside Fiber, OC Riptide's favorite gig speed fiber internet provider. Jacob May at the dish, batting .250, sends one in the air, fly ball 2. Shallow center field as Reed Montgomery makes his second catch of the day for the second out of the first inning.
Yeah, Montgomery hasn't been in center field in a while. We've seen him in the corners, gets back into center and immediately being tested, but 2 good plays.
2 outs and brings up Jacob Hudson, the third baseman. A righty on lefty matchup between him and Ersbaumer as he waves and misses through the first pitch for strike 1.
Hudson hitting .368 this summer.
Was 1 for 5 against the Oaks with 2 strikeouts in the last CCL game played between the Waves and the Oaks as Hudson swings and misses. 0-2 the count. Was 1 for 4 against the Riptide in the last meeting. He scored 2 runs and was also walked once. 0-2. Misses upstairs, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Waves won 11-2 in that last meeting between the 2 teams tonight, as the 1-2 misses low and outside, evens up the count 2-2, and it just really wasn't the Riptide night all around. The offense was just limited to 4 hits and a lot of strikeouts for the Waves pitching staff as well. Ersbaumer gets set, the glove in front of his chest. 2-2 is swung on and missed. Strikeout number 1 tonight for Mike Ersbaumer. 1-2-3 inning. headed towards the bottom of the first. We'll introduce you to the Riptide lineup coming up next. Back from Irvine, bottom of the first inning, a 1-2-3 inning for Mike Erspamer. A look at the Riptide lineup today. Bradley Navarro leading things off for the Riptide in right field, the switch hitter. Jake Lambden bats second at second base. Isaac Cadena starts at first. He's batting third. Luke Johnson in cleanup, starting in left field. Reed Montgomery bats fifth, followed by Rocco Caballero, the shortstop. Zach Crandall is the DH. He's batting seventh. Henry McDonald, the catcher, bats eighth. And Camden Sauce at third base rounds out the lineup for the Riptide tonight. Sasidko's in left, Mays in center, and Thomas in right for the Waves. Hudson starts at third, Palmeras at short. Second base is Mira, and first Gomez. Chance Crawford gets the start on the mound, the right-handed pitcher, and Cole Snido is his catcher.
Yeah, Chance Crawford this summer has just pitched one inning but was scoreless in that inning, so he's got a 0 ERA, looking to boost that here and have a good start against a potent Riptide offense.
Last played against the Saints. That was all the way back on June 6. First start of the summer for Crawford. His first pitch is inside as Navarro twists out of the way. The switch hitter starts his day batting left-handed against the righty Chance Crawford. Navarro on a 21-game on-base streak, leads the team with the most hits. He's been it all for the Riptide this summer. 1-0 is in the air, and it twists foul on the left side. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Crawford at Palomar College down in San Diego, through 16 innings for them, 4 strikeouts, 5 walks, a 7.88 ERA. So looking to have a little bit of a better summer here, although not much opportunity.
Navarro leans back and forth. The 1-1 drops in for strike 2. 1-2 faces Navarro, who had a really good day last night for the Riptide. He was 2 for 3 against the Philippines, scored a run, and was also walked twice. Looking for the first hit of the day for the Riptide. 1-2. Smacked on the ground, a couple rolls to Mira at second, scoops it up, fires to first for out number 1.
And if you're Crawford, that's a good start. This offense that scored 10 runs yesterday, and they've been hot. They scored 13 runs on Sunday, so if he can establish the first out, especially against a guy like Navarro, you got to feel confident the rest of the way.
The lineup doesn't get any easier for him as Jake Lambden steps up, making his 7th start this summer, his first at second base tonight. Crawford gets set, kicks and deals, and a fastball in for strike 1. On a 6-game on-base streak is Jake Lambden. Played at Xavier this past year, transferring to Duke in the fall. Batting .333 to start. 0-1 is low, 1-1 the count.
Yeah, Lambden, he's been all over the place since coming to the Riptide. His defense has been phenomenal. The bat's been there. He's a pleasure to watch on the base path, so he's an exciting player.
1-1 pitch is taken at the bottom of the zone for strike 2. 1-2 the count against Jake Lambden. Well, him and Navarro just have been a good 1-2 punch for the Riptide. Isaac Cadena is warming up in the on-deck circle. He's been great so far, too. The 1-2 is outside, 2-2. Beautiful day in Irvine, the mountains in the backfield. The Flags in center, slightly blowing towards right field. As Jake Lambden awaits the 2-2 from Chance Crawford, who gets set and kicks and deals, and 2-0. A high bounce. It's picked up by Hudson on the run. The throw on time to retire Jake Lambden at first. 2 away in the bottom of the 1.
Yeah, Chance Crawford facing a tough top of this lineup, and so far weak contact for 2 quick outs, but doesn't get easier with Cadena.
Cadena was 2 for 5 yesterday, scored 2 runs, also had an RBI, and you were there on Sunday where he hit his first home run of the summer against the Barons.
You hit that ball a long way.
Second lefty that Crawford faces, and it's sent back foul. Cadena batting .556 this summer in his 3rd start. 3 for 3 against the Barons. Talked about that home run he had. Also had 4 RBIs. Off to a hot start. 0-1. Up and outside, 1-1. Cadena played at TCU this past year, was mostly a utility guy there. He made a couple starts at first base, in the outfield, and at catcher. He's starting at first base today for the Riptide. 1-1 is on the ground. It's picked up by Gomez, and he trots over and gets the put out at first base. 1-2-3 inning from Chance Crawford, headed towards the top of the 2nd inning. The Waves look to be the first to score tonight. Back from Irvine, it's the top of the 2nd inning. Aidan Pham alongside Huon Fitzpatrick with you on this Wednesday evening. 1, 2, 3 innings from both sides in the first. Andreas Nilsson, Austin Palmeras, and Ko Snido due up for the Waves in the 2nd. Ersbomber deals low and outside for ball 1. Andreas Nilsson, the beer batter tonight, the cleanup hitter in the lineup as the designated hitter. 1-0, Waves and misses is Andreas Nilsson. Having a pretty productive summer for the Waves is Nilsson, batting .320. Against the Riptide in that last meeting, he was 3 for 5, had 2 runs scored, and also struck out once. Looking for another productive day against Orange County as Ersbomber's pitch misses high.
Yeah, Nilsson has some power. Hasn't shown it this summer, but at Saddleback he had 5 home runs.
The Waves last played a CCL game on Saturday. That was against the Conejo Oaks. 2-1 paints the low outside edge of the zone for strike 2. They lost to Conejo 5-4. They currently sit 5th in the CCL South. Two from Ersbomber. Low outside. Full count faces Andreas Nilsson, who in that game on Saturday was 3 for 4. He steps out, takes a breath as he's back in the box. A maroon helmet, black batting gloves, hovers the bat over his left shoulder. Payoff is low for ball 4. First walk issued tonight from Mike Ersbaumer, and the Waves have their first base runner.
Yeah, and Ersbaumer, walks haven't been an issue this summer, but his last start against the Foresters, he went 5 innings and had 3 walks. And another thing to note, his strikeout numbers have been down. He had 3 against the Blues and then 2 against the Foresters, so something to watch out for the young pitcher.
Runner on first, Nilsson after the walk for Austin Palmares. Takes a pitch in the zone for strike 1. Palmares, the shortstop, batting .227, was 1 for 5 against the Riptide about a week and a half ago. Had 2 RBIs in that game, also scored a run, was Palmares. Stares at a pitch miss high, 1-1.
Palmares has only played in 5 games this summer, but he has hits in 4 of them, so a dangerous bat to look out for.
Looking for the first hit today for the Waves. He sends the 1-1 into the net, foul behind home. Palmares played at Saddleback Community College this year, where he started in 33 games, batting .264. He's looking for his first home run with the Waves. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs, top of the second. Tie ball game at 0. Nilsson's on first for Palmares, a righty on lefty matchup. Ersbaumer's 1-2, misses away, evens up the count 2-2. Mike Ersbaumer, his 4th start this summer. The freshman going to Stanford next year, has been terrific to say the least for the Riptide. Swing and a miss, strike 3 from Palmares. Ersbaumer's got his 2nd strikeout tonight.
Yeah, so already matching his total from Santa Barbara, and you like to see that, especially against a Waves team that hasn't been the best this summer. You want to just go out there, attack those hitters, and let them get themselves out.
Brings up Cole Snido. The perfect batting average in CCL play. Has had just 1 at-bat, though. Rolled on the ground, a shortstop. Caballero has it, flips to second. The turn to first gets the double play. A nice defensive play, goes 6-4-3, and we go to the bottom of 2. Riptide and Waves tied at 0. Second inning, Luke Johnson, Reed Montgomery, and Rocco Caballero are due up for the Riptide. Riptide went down 1-2-3, and the first chance Crawford is back out there. Luke Johnson starting in left field today. We've mostly seen him in the infield. He's in the outfield starting in left. Righty on righty matchup. Johnson swings at the first pitch. It's a ground ball to Palmares, who bobbled it and slips. Johnson reaches first safely.
Yeah, it's tough luck for the Waves. Johnson was definitely out on that ground ball, but Palmares can't field it cleanly, then he slips down. So first base runner today for the Riptide, and Johnson's a guy that can run well.
Definitely runs well on the base paths. He leads the team in stolen bases, 13 for 13 this summer. Goes down as an error on the shortstop on the scoreboard and brings up Reed Montgomery. What a walk-up song Reed Montgomery has, huh?
Yeah, I think he's my favorite. We talked about pitcher walk-up songs on the podcast, but if we get to the hitters, it's going to be a fight for Reed Montgomery.
Takes the first pitch outside. Luke Johnson also has a good one.
Yeah, he's had two. He had a good one at the start, and then he was in a slump, so he changed it, and the second one's good too.
Johnson's on first for Montgomery. Johnson takes off. The pitch called a strike throw off the mark, and Luke Johnson has his 14th stolen base this summer.
And that's huge if you're Luke Johnson. Reed Montgomery, the leading RBI man of this team, he's got 20 of them, so if he can get into scoring position like that, it's a good spot for Montgomery.
Johnson last played against the Barons back on Sunday, where he was 1 for 4 with 2 runs scored and 2 RBIs. Runner in scoring position, Johnson 1-1 in for strike 2. Johnson batting .271, has 1 home run this year, and like you talked about, leads the team in RBIs with 20 of them. 15-game on-base streak for Johnson, who flares one into center field. Charging forward is May, and he makes the catch next to his knees for out number 1. Successful bat retrieval for Omaha, the Bat Dog. And she gets a round of applause, brings up Rocco Caballero, the shortstop.
Caballero looking to get going, just 0 for 3 yesterday in his first game for the Riptide.
Johnson takes off, the pitch is low, throw down to third, sliding feet first safely, Luke Johnson. His 2nd stolen base tonight, his 15th this summer.
Man, is Luke Johnson fun to watch on the bases. Just feels like any chance he gets, he's taking off.
Is 90 feet from home with 1 out for Rocco Caballero, who's looking for his first hit this summer. 1-0 is lined foul along the right field side, and a nice duck from Chris Maher over there, the first base umpire.
Yeah, good work. Got out of the way, turned around, called the foul ball. That was a heck of an effort from Maher.
Michael Baltimore is the home plate umpire. Maher at first and Dave Gimby at third base. Rocco Caballero is back in white batting gloves. 1-1 count with 1 out. Johnson on third. The pitch from Crawford gets a piece of Rocco Caballero, and he's aboard with the hit by pitch. Runners on the corners for Zach Crandall.
And this is a big spot for Zach Crandall. He started off hot this summer, and his bat's kind of cooled off a bit. So if Crandall can come through in this spot, the Riptide would appreciate it, as would he.
Played yesterday, he had a hit and 3 RBIs. He's reached in every game he's played in, so just an on-base machine for the Riptide. That's an 11-game on-base streak for Zach Crandall. Crandall takes the first pitch. It is in the zone for a strike. There's 1 out, runners on the corners, bottom of the 2nd inning. No score yet between the Riptide and Waves. Caballero takes off from first. The pitch drops in the zone. A successful stolen base attempt for Rocco Caballero. No throw was made.
Welcome to the running game, Rocco Caballero. This Riptide team likes to be aggressive, and their newest player is no exception to that.
Both runners in scoring position. High fly ball out towards Thomas in right field. He makes the grab. It's plenty deep enough as Luke Johnson tags from third. The throw got by Snitto. Caballero advances to third. Then the Riptide have their first lead of the ball game, 1-0, bottom of the 2nd.
Yeah, that's a good at-bat from Crandall. Not doing too much, just taking what's given to him, and deep enough for Johnson to score with his speed. So good at-bat from him.
2 outs, and up comes Henry McDonald, the catcher. We've seen a rotation at that catcher position this summer. Henry McDonald gets the nod today. There's 3 catchers in the lineup for the Riptide tonight. That's Zach Crandall, Isaac Cadena, and Henry McDonald. Crandall just got that sac fly. He was in the lineup as the DH, and Cadena is starting at first. McDonald takes a pitch low and outside for ball 1. Henry McDonald looking for his first hit in 5 games. He has 1 this summer. 1-0 is taken inside. 2 balls, no strikes.
Yeah, McDonald in one of those non-league games got a double his first at-bat. That's his only hit in CCL play. He's 0 for 9, but does have a couple of RBIs.
Coming off his true freshman season at Cal Poly, he swings and misses through the 0-2 offering. 2 balls and 1 strike, 2 outs. There's a runner on third. That's Caballero for Henry McDonald. The Riptide lead 1-0. It's the bottom of the second. Crawford outside in the opposite batter's box. A nice catch from Crawford. It's a 3-1 count. McDonald last played against the Bombers where he was 0 for 3 that day. 3-1 is up for ball 4. The first walk issued tonight by Chance Crawford, and once again runners are on the corners. Camden Sauce, the batter.
Camden Sauce up now. His bat's been hot as of late. He's had a couple of good games in a row, so looking to continue that trend here.
Had a really good day against the Barons on Sunday where he was 3-4, scored 3 runs, had an RBI, and was also walked. Riptide looking for RBI number 5 from him this summer. Crawford deals in for strike 1. Batting .230 with 4 RBIs, Camden Sauce. Starting at third base. Played at TCU this past spring and is transferring to Santa Clara. 0-1. McDonald takes off. It's up and in. Sliding head first. The runner takes off from third. Throw home. Got him. Rocco Caballero is out at home for the third and final out of the bottom of the second. Top of the third coming up next. The Riptide lead 1-0. Welcome back to Great Park, top of the third inning, and going, gone to Cityside Fiber. It's your turn to get connected with Cityside Fiber, OC Riptide's favorite gig speed fiber internet provider. Whether you're streaming, gaming, or working from home, Cityside Fiber knocks it out of the park. Step up to the plate and get connected today at citysidefiber.com. Top of the third inning, the Riptide able to get 1 run across in the second. They lead 1-0. The Waves looking to answer, starting with Dmitry Sisitko, who leads off this inning.
Sisitko having a pretty good summer, hitting .346, 6 RBIs. He leads the team in hits and stolen bases.
Mike Ersbommer out there for a third inning of work. His first pitch to Sisitko is taken away for ball 1. Sisitko like Huon talked about, a really good season for him. Against the Riptide, he had a good day last time. It was 2 for 4, had 3 RBIs. Waves still looking for their first hit. It would be the first hit for both teams. It's skied in the air towards shallow left field, and Montgomery races all the way over and makes the catch. It's his third grab today for Montgomery.
It's an important first out for Erspommer. Sisidko at Saddleback College had 21 steals, which you don't see a lot in college baseball, so important to keep him off the bases.
Connor Gomez, the batter, working with 1 out. Erspommer gets set, fires, and swings and misses as Connor Gomez. 0-1. Gomez was 1 for 3 in the last game against the Oaks, had an RBI. He's batting .200 for the Waves this summer. 0-1, down low, 1-1 the count. Light blue batting gloves with a red arm sleeve on his right arm for Gomez. Pitch misses high, 2 balls, 1 strike. Gomez is in the portal. He spent this last year at Irvine Valley College, where he played in 32 games, had 1 home run there. 2-1 was inside. It flew by the glove of Henry McDonald, and it's retrieved by the bat boy, and we're set to resume play. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, nobody on. Top of the 3rd inning, the Riptide lead 1-0. Black glove in the hand of Mike Erspommer. His 3-1 is waved and missed by Connor Gomez. Full count. Erspommer looking for strikeout number 3 tonight. He got set, the glove pinned against his belt. 3-2. Fly ball into center field. Reed Montgomery has been busy today, and he makes the catch for out number 2 of the 3rd inning.
Yeah, Montgomery's already gotten 4 fly balls today, which doesn't happen all that often, but he's been steady out there.
Michael Mira, batting in the 9 hole, is up to bat. Black sleeves on, white batting gloves, and a green helmet. First pitch from Erspommer misses high, 1 ball.
Mira just 2 for 7 this summer with an RBI, and against the Riptide, one of those 2 hits went 1 for 4.
1-0, clips the bottom of the zone for strike 1. Michael Mira out of San Clemente went to Santa Margarita High School. Teammates with Riptide Luke Johnson, and the pitch misses up. Johnson today starting in left field against his former high school teammate Michael Mira.
College teammates with Jake Covey as well.
Covey played yesterday, 2-1. Popped back into the net. 2-2 the count. At Concordia this year, he played in 8 games, made 1 start with a .250 batting average. So far this summer, he's batting .286. Against the Riptide, he's 1 for 4. Has 1 RBI. 2-2. Low, and it pops out of the glove of Henry McDonald. Once again, a full count between Mike Erspommer facing Michael Mira. Mira steps out back in the box, taps the plate, adjusts the helmet with his right arm, and awaiting the payoff pitch from Mike Erspommer. Here it is. Spoiled back, foul into the net. 3-2, redo things. Waves still looking for their first hit today. Mike Erspommer looking for strikeout number 3. 3-2. Rolled on the ground softly to Jake Lambden. Shuffles and delivers a nice throw to Isaac Cadena for out number 3. 1-2-3 inning from Mike Erspommer. Bottom of the 3rd coming up next. The Riptide look to add to their 1-0 lead. Bottom of the third inning, the Riptide a 1-run lead over the San Diego Waves. Camden Sauce is at the plate. He was at the plate in the second inning, but Rocco Caballero was out at home to end the inning. Crawford back out there. His first pitch to Camden Sauce misses low and away for ball one. Sauce has done a nice job getting aboard for the Riptide this summer. He's been walked 12 times. He's batting .230 and swings and misses, gets a piece of the catcher Snitto, who gets checked on by Michael Baltimore, and he's all right. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs against Camden Sauce, the third baseman. A righty-on-righty matchup between him and Chance Crawford. Talked about in his last at-bat how Sauce had a really good day on Sunday where he was 3 for 4. Scored 3 runs, also had an RBI and was walked once. 2-1 count against Camden Sauce. No hits from either team so far tonight. Smacked in the air, working back to Sidco in left field. It bounces off the wall, headed for 2 Camden Sauce, a stand-up double, and that's the first hit of the ball game for the Riptide.
And that's got to feel good for Camden Sauce. We haven't seen a lot of his bat. We haven't seen a lot of his power this summer, but he roped that one into left field. No chance for Sitko. And for Sauce, he's been hot as of late, and he's an important player down the stretch for this Riptide team, so you love to see his bat get going.
Bradley Navarro and the top of the lineup for the Riptide are back up, and that's always good to see when you have Navarro at the plate and runners on for him to work with. There's no outs. Camden Sauce is on second. Navarro, lefty. Switch hitter batting left-handed against the righty Crawford. Crawford gets set and fires the first pitch outside for ball 1. Back in the first inning, Navarro grounded out to second. He's back in fourth. The 1-0 drops in for strike 1. Camden Sauce over there on second base is 6 for 7 on stolen base attempts this summer. Navarro looking to reach for the first time tonight. Crawford kicks and deals. It's up the middle once again over the head of Palmares. Drops into center field. Rounding third, Camden Sauce. He scores easily. An RBI single from Navarro, and the Riptide extend their lead 2-0, bottom of the third.
Great job by Navarro, but I want to shout out Camden Sauce there. That one was one of those where you kind of have to go halfway and see if it's going to get caught, but off the bat he understood the read, knew it wasn't going to get caught, took off, and scored easily. So great job all around for the Riptide.
Navarro extends his on-base streak to 22 games now. Jake Lambden is the batter. Still no outs in the bottom of the third. Over the first, sliding back head first is Navarro. Navarro's been pretty good on the base paths this summer for the Riptide. He's a perfect 8 for 8 on stolen base attempts. Lambden grounded to third in the first inning. First pitch he sees is inside, and Snitto reaches out and makes the catch for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, no outs. Navarro on first after his RBI single. Lambden, another guy who, if he's able to reach, is dangerous on the base paths. He's stolen a base in the last 4 games. 1-0 is down low, 2 balls, no strikes. Making his 7th start as a Riptide tonight, Jake Lambden. Righty-on-righty matchup. Chance Crawford looking for the first out of the bottom of the third. Navarro takes off the pitch. Called a strike, throw down a second. Navarro slides feet first safely. That's the 6th stolen base tonight for the Riptide, or rather the 5th.
Yeah, the base running in 3 innings, 5 steals, and they're being quite aggressive, and it's paid off so far.
2-1 is inside, and Lambden leans down to avoid that baseball. 3-1 count. Crawford looking to avoid walking the second batter today. He's also hit a batter. 2 hits so far in this inning for the Riptide, who came in with none. A look at second, the pitch home. Up and in. Ball 4 against Jake Lambden. He reaches first on the walk. Louis Cohen is out there for the first mound visit tonight for the Waves.
And this has been a good inning for the Riptide, putting some pressure on. Saw started it, Navarro, now Lambden, and Crawford hasn't pitched in more than a month. He only had 1 inning back in early June, so he hasn't had a lot of experience this summer, and the mound visit just to give him a chance to learn how to deal with this adversity.
Yeah, last pitched on June 6th, so a little over a month ago for Chance Crawford. Isaac Cadena is the batter. Another dangerous hitter in the lineup, batting .556 with 1 home run and 5 RBIs. He's working with runners on first and second. Jake Lambden on first, Navarro on second. No outs, bottom of the third. The Riptide lead 2-0. There is some action going on in the bullpen for the Waves. A right-handed pitcher is warming up. Lefty on righty matchup between Cadena and Crawford. He makes a big cut through the first pitch he sees for strike 1. Cadena grounded out to first in the first inning. Looking for the 3rd hit of the ball game for the Riptide. Add on to that 2-0 lead over the Waves. Crawford glove in front of his belt. Strides and deals and smacked into left center. It drops in the gap. Rounding third is Navarro. He scores. Quickly behind him is Jake Lambden. The throw home. Play at the plate is off the mark. Taking off for third, and he slides head first in safely. 2 runs come home for the Riptide. They extend their lead 4-0, courtesy of Isaac Cadena.
Yeah, Cadena not getting that one robbed like we saw yesterday against the Philippines, and Jake Lambden almost caught Bradley Navarro coming home. It ended up being kind of a close play, but both ended up scoring, and Cadena good aggressiveness to get to third.
Still no outs, a runner on third, and up is Luke Johnson. Johnson takes a pitch in the zone for strike 1. Cadena reaches on the triple, and he's 90 feet from home with no outs for the Riptide, who are looking to extend their 4-run lead. Luke Johnson, 0-1, off the end of his bat and back foul. Chance Crawford was really good in the first inning and has found himself in trouble in the third. 0-2 to Johnson, sails high, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Johnson reached on an error in the second inning, stole 2 bases, came around to score the first run for the Riptide. Riptide already have 3 runs across in the third as the pitch from Crawford misses low, 2-2 the count. Cadena on third. There's no outs for Luke Johnson. Pitch, opposite batter's box, flies by Snidow. Cadena easily scores from third. The Riptide add 1 more run. It's now a 5-0 lead in the bottom of the third.
And the Riptide continuing the theme from yesterday, getting runners on and getting them in. It's been a struggle as of late, but yesterday they did a really good job, and today continuing that theme.
3-2 is lined up the middle, drops in a center field. A base hit for Luke Johnson, his first today. The 4th hit this inning for the Riptide, who continue to have a solid inning. Aidan Colbeck is warming up in the bullpen for the Foresters, and Louis Cohen is out there for a mound visit. Colbeck is out of the bullpen. The Waves are going to make a change. That is it for Chance Crawford. 4 runs have come across so far in the 3rd inning. There's still no outs. The new pitcher when we come back. Back, it's still the bottom of the 3rd inning. So far, 4 runs have come across for the Riptide, who lead 5-0. The Waves go to the bullpen. The new pitcher is Aidan Colbeck. Reed Montgomery, the batter at the plate. And for the rundown on Colbeck, Huon.
Yeah, Colbeck this summer, 1-1 of 4 innings, a 6.75 ERA, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, and went 2 innings, 1 run his last time out against the Barons.
Reed Montgomery flew out to center in the first at-bat. Takes a pitch low from Colbeck.
Pretty wild for Colbeck. His summer stats are identical to his stats at Sierra College.
1-0, misses low once again. 2 balls, no strikes against Reed Montgomery, who's looking for his 2nd home run this summer. Luke Johnson is on first. He singled. 2-0 is a strike. Gets the low outside part of the zone. 2 balls, 1 strike against Reed Montgomery. Leads the team in RBIs with 20. Looking for the 5th hit in this inning for the Riptide. Johnson takes off, pitch low and inside. Sliding in, feet first safely to second. Luke Johnson, that's his 3rd stolen base tonight and his 16th this summer.
Yeah, and if you're the Riptide, you really just want to put the pedal on the ground in this inning. Don't stop and kind of end this game here. A 5-0 lead doesn't feel safe. If they can just continue adding on, you feel like the game could be over now.
Couple looks at second for Colbeck, who deals home and swing and a miss from Reed Montgomery. Full count, faces the center fielder. Runner in scoring position, Luke Johnson. There's no outs in the bottom of the 3rd. Riptide lead 5-0. They came into this inning hitless and 4 hits so far. Colbeck looking to record the first out. He stares at Johnson on second, turns home, fires the 3-2 low and inside for ball 4. Riptide get another runner on. Runners on first and second for Rocco Caballero.
Caballero hit by a pitch his last time out, stole a base, ended up on third, and then was over aggressive on a steal and got thrown out.
Still no outs. 2 runners on for Rocco Caballero. Looking to get on for the second time today. Colbeck's first pitch to him bounces in the dirt. Nice job by Sniddle to retrieve the ball. 1-0 the count. Caballero looking for his first hit this summer. The righty Colbeck gets the sign from Sniddle, lifts the leg, fires the 1-0. Takes a cut and misses as Rocco Caballero for strike 1.
Yeah, Caballero had a pretty good season for San Jose State, was second team All Mountain West, hit .286 with 4 home runs.
1-1 is down, 2 balls and 1 strike. Spent 2 seasons at Golden West prior to San Jose State. And like you talked about, really good player there, second team All Mountain West, looking for a good summer with the Riptide in his second game. 2-1, runners take off. The throw was low, throw the second. And Reed Montgomery slides in, helmet first, safely. The Riptide just continue to be excellent on the base paths. Both runners in scoring position. Montgomery's on second, and Luke Johnson is on third for Caballero. Looking for his first hit and RBIs of the year, and he swings and foul tips it for strike 2. Full count, faces Rocco Caballero. Colbeck looking to retire his first batter. He came in the game in relief of Chance Crawford. 3-2, swing and a miss. Strike 3. Colbeck's got the first strikeout of the ball game for the Waves. There's 1 out in the bottom of the 3rd.
And we go back to Luke Johnson, his 4th steal already in 3 innings. The Major League record for stolen bases in a single game by one player is 7. So Luke Johnson approaching that territory.
Zach Crandall swings at the first pitch he sees, smokes it to right field. The grab is made by Thomas. Johnson tags from third, scores, and the Riptide add 1 more run. 6-0 their lead in the bottom of the 3rd, and there's 2 outs.
Crandall does it again. First pitch swinging, flies it to the exact same spot, brings Luke Johnson in again, and Crandall just doing his job at the plate.
2 outs. Montgomery on third for Henry McDonald. Was walked in the second, also stole a base. Colbeck looking for the 3rd and final out of the inning. His first offering to McDonald misses inside. McDonald's 1 for 11 this summer, looking for his second hit as he bounces 1 foul towards the Riptide dugout. 1-1 the count. At Cal Poly this year, he played in 4 games, had 1 start. 5 at-bats for McDonald, no hits recorded. 1-1 from Colbeck. It's the bottom of the zone for strike 2. 1 strike away from getting out of this inning is Aidan Colbeck. It's been a rough one for the Waves. 5 runs have scored for the Riptide, who lead 6-0. Softly sent back foul by McDonald, redo 1-2.
And I thought McDonald had a pretty good first at-bat, walked and stole a base and fouling off some pitches here.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Montgomery on third. The 1-2 is popped foul on the left side. Once again, we'll redo 1 ball and 2 strikes. McDonald steps out, is back in the box, taps the plate a couple times and waves the bat next to his blue helmet, awaiting the 1-2, and swings and misses through it. It's the 2nd strikeout for Aidan Colbeck tonight, gets the 3rd and final out of the 3rd inning, but the Riptide 5 runs come across. They lead 6-0. Top of the 4th coming up next, and the Waves look to respond. Six to nothing, the Riptide lead. Top of the 4th, Aidan Pham alongside Huon Fitzpatrick with you tonight. A really good inning for the Riptide in the 3rd. 4 hits, 5 runs, 1 left on. The Waves looking to cut into the Riptide lead, down by 6 runs, starting with Matthew Thomas. Flew out to center field was Thomas in the 1st. Earthbomber back out there. His first pitch to Thomas is high and in for ball 1.
Thomas is having a pretty good summer for the Waves, hitting .450, a couple of home runs, 7 RBIs, and he's on a 5-game hit streak.
1-1 the count against Matthew Thomas, who played at Cal Berkeley this year, is in the portal, and is transferring to Cal State Northridge. He swings and misses for strike 2. 1-2 the count against Mike Earthbomber. Thomas batting .421, has 5 home runs overall this summer, 1 in CCL play with the Waves. 1-2, misses away, evens up the count 2-2. Thomas played in 20 games with Berkeley this year, started 9 of them in right field, about 125. 2-2 hit in a shallow right field. Navarro races up and squeezes the glove over his head for out number 1 of the 4th inning.
Finally, a ball to the outfield that doesn't go to Reed Montgomery. Bradley Navarro getting in on the action.
Yeah, Montgomery's been busy tonight, and we saw yesterday probably one of the best plays you might see in baseball. Just Billingsley laid out and made a terrific catch. Jacob May, the new batter, maneuvers out of the way, avoids being hit. 1-0.
Yeah, we're going to put in our best effort to try and get Riker Billingsley on SportsCenter. That was one of the better catches I've ever seen. Full body layout, took a hit and a couple runs away.
Robbed Isaac Cadena. 1-0 from Earthbomber. Paints the edge of his own strike 1 to Jacob May, who flew out to center in the 1st. May was 0 for 5 against the Oaks on Saturday. Struck out twice. He is 1-1. His hard hit. Ground ball rolls in a right field. The first hit of the day for the Waves comes from Jacob May, a single.
Earthbomber, the only other time he gave up a base runner in the 2nd, he got a double play to get out of it. So see what he does here.
Lefty Stares at the runner on first, held on by Cadena. Hudson swings at the first pitch and sends it right to Montgomery in center field for out number 2.
Reed Montgomery, 5 putouts today. That's quite a day for him.
2 outs, Andreas Nilsson is the batter. He was walked in the second and was out on that double play. Nilsson, the beer batter tonight, so fans at the Great Park looking for him to strike out. 2 outs, Erspamer, glove in front of his belt. Deals a pitch, a swing to center field. Reed Montgomery's there for out number 3. Riptide get out of the inning, bottom of the 4th, and they look to add to their 6-0 lead. But before then, we want to remind you that Experian is your BFF, your big financial friend. Big enough to have the resources and knowledge that have an impact, personal enough to help with what's best for only you. No matter where you are in your financial journey, your big financial friend is a trustworthy companion by your side. Wherever you are in your financial journey, your big financial friend is ready to help you navigate the smartest way to reach all your personal financial goals with solutions you can trust. This is Experian, your big financial friend for life. For more information, go to Experian.com. Bottom of the 4th coming up next. Bottom of the 4th, the Riptide leads 6-0. Camden Sauce leads this inning off. Sauce doubled in the 3rd and came around to score. Aidan Colbeck, it was a pitch that paints the edge of the zone for strike 1. Sauce last played against the Barons where he was 3 for 4, off to a good start today with that double in the 3rd and swings and sends one diving in center field. Jacob May makes the grab.
What is going on in center field at the Great Park? Back-to-back days. We saw Riker Billingsley yesterday, and Jacob May, what a play there to take away a hit from Camden Sauce.
What a grab by May in center field, like you said, and goes down as a loud fly out for Camden Sauce. And the first out, Navarro takes a pitch low for ball 1. Yeah, we were just talking about Billingsley, and Jacob May comes back with his own highlight play. 1-0 against Navarro is swung on and missed. 1-1.
And if you're Camden Sauce, he's been feeling good about the bat lately. He laced a double his first time, and you think you have another hit there, and Jacob May says no thank you.
The 1-1 is inside. It flies by Sniddle's glove. No harm done. Nobody on. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Nobody on. It's the bottom of the 4th where the Riptide lead 6-0 over the San Diego Waves. Navarro looking for his 2nd hit today and stares at the pitch miss low. 3 balls, 1 strike. Navarro in the 3rd had an RBI single, also stole a base. Came around to score 1 of 5 runs in the 3rd for Orange County. 3-1. Swung on and missed. Strike 2.
Navarro not afraid of these spots. Only 3 strikeouts this summer. He'll fight all the way.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Colbeck, the pitch. Inside, ball 4. Navarro reaches on the walk, and I was worried for a second there where you were going to jinx him because Navarro, to your point, has been really good this summer. Only 3 strikeouts, and once again avoids it. Nice eye at the plate.
That was his 18th walk of the summer. He's been very prolific there.
Navarro has reached in the 2nd inning in a row. Jake Lambden, who was walked in the 3rd and also came around to score, is at bat. Lambden takes the first pitch for a strike. Lambden going to Duke. The throw over to first bounces by Gomez into the wall. Navarro takes off for 2, headed for 3. He puts the stop sign on there. And the Riptide just continuing to excel in the base running category tonight. 2 bases on that miscue from the Waves for Navarro.
Yeah, and the Waves just not helping themselves. They had gave up a big inning in the 3rd. They've put up a donut in 4 straight innings on the offense and just not helping themselves with that error there.
90 feet from home for Jake Lambden, looking to cash him in. 0-1 hits Jake Lambden, and he's in some visible pain. Looks like it got a piece of him in the arm. Lambden walks over to first as he's aboard with the hit by pitch. The trainer comes out and is going to go take a look at Jake Lambden, make sure he's all right. Runners are on the corners for Isaac Cadena and 1 out in the bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, the 2 kind of scary ones when you get hit by a pitch is in that face area and then in the hands, because a lot of fragile bones in that hand area for a lot of hitters. So scary there for Lambden, but he appears to be okay.
Being attended to as we speak by Malia, the athletic trainer for the Riptide. Navarro is on 3rd. Lambden is on 1st for Isaac Cadena, who doubled in the 3rd and scored on a wild pitch. For the Riptide tonight, that's got to be a good feeling. Only 4 hits so far, but they've been able to get guys on and been able to get them home.
Yeah, they've taken advantage of free passes.
Lambden takes off on the first pitch. It's low and away. Lambden has stolen his first base tonight. That's 5 consecutive games where he has a stolen base.
Yeah, I think he's okay after the hit by pitch.
Once again, both runners in scoring position for the Riptide. Isaac Cadena swings and smacks one towards center field. Jacob May a little easier of a grab this time, and Navarro decides to stay at 3rd. 2 outs in the 4th inning. Luke Johnson is the new batter, and he's reached both times tonight. Reached on an error in the 2nd. Stole 2 bases, came around to score. Singled in the 3rd. 2 more bases stolen, and he also came around to score. And you brought up an interesting stat that we'll be keeping an eye on tonight. 2 outs. The first pitch is chopped in the air. It's picked up, but foul on the left side.
It was a 50-50 ball. It definitely looked like it stayed fair over 3rd base, and with Johnson's speed, he might have beat that one out. So Waves, I think, catch a break there.
Johnson, his bat has just been terrific for the Riptide as of late. He started the year batting .077 at one point, and since then that batting average has skyrocketed. 5-game on-base streak that was extended to 6 already. 3-game hit streak, that one now 4. He takes a pitch for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike against Luke Johnson. There's 2 outs, 2 runners on. Lambden on 2nd, and Navarro is on 3rd. The Riptide lead 6-0, bottom of 4. 1-1 is hit hard, but it drops foul on the right side.
And the prolific base stealing from Johnson is surprising. Last year at Cornell, he just had 3, and he only has 4 total in his college career.
Looking for his second hit today. It would be his 7th multi-hit game. The 1-2 is rolled on the ground and foul along the left field line. 3-2, 1-2.
Another tough break there for Johnson. That one was definitely foul, but he hit it hard, and if it's fair, it's probably a double.
Had a single and a double yesterday was Luke Johnson against the Philippines. He's coming off back-to-back games where he has had 2 hits. Looking for the second one right here tonight. 1-2. Low, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Johnson, 284 batting average with 11 RBIs. Looking to add on to that with 2 outs and a 2-2 count. Runners on second and third. Colbeck deals outside and sliding grab from Snitto. Full count faces Luke Johnson. Colbeck looking to avoid walking the second batter this inning and leaving the bases loaded for Reed Montgomery, who is a big power hitter in the on-deck circle. Payoff is smacked on the ground. A couple bounces. Shuffling is Hudson. Long throw to first. Gets the out there. Riptide unable to get any runs across in the bottom of the 4th. Headed towards the top of 5. They lead 6-0. Our broadcast today is powered by Cityside Fiber, OC Riptide's favorite gig speed fiber internet provider. Welcome back to Irvine. It's the top of the 5th inning where the Riptide lead 6-0 over the San Diego Waves. Riptide looking for their 4th straight win. Austin Pomares, Co Snitto, and Dimitri Sasidko are due up for San Diego in this inning. Mike Ersbaumer is back out there. He's pitched 4 scoreless innings so far. The first pitch he deals to Pomares is high for ball 1.
Yeah, Ersbaumer has looked really good once again. He's just kind of been cruising in this game, only 2 base runners.
1-0 is in for strike 1, and Mike Ersbaumer going to Stanford, and it really is a terrific story of his recruitment in high school. He got set the 1-1, is taken high for ball 2. Wasn't really scouted in high school, was Mike Ersbaumer. He said nobody really knew about him at all, and he just continued to work hard. He went to a showcase, worked out in front of a bunch of college and pro scouts, and impressed a lot of people. He 2-1 is planted foul 2-2. Got an invite to the Stanford baseball camp and pitched so well there that they offered him a scholarship on the spot. It's been history ever since, and he's going there in the fall. And I think it's safe to say the Stanford has a good recruit coming their way. 2-2. Called strike 3. Mike Ersbaumer's got his 3rd strikeout tonight. Retires Austin Pomares for out 1 of the 5th inning.
And we talk about him. He's just been so impressive this summer out of the bullpen. To start the summer, he was really good. We saw him as a starter. Since then, he's looked great in every single start. And I like how he's worked with low strikeout numbers. He's only had 3 today, and he just pitches to contact, which is good, and I've been really impressed by that.
Swing and a miss from Snittle for strike 1 in. Majority of his outs tonight, I believe 6 of them have been to center field and Reed Montgomery, who has been busy, as Snittle waves and misses for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes against the catcher, Snittle, who grounded into that double play in the 2nd inning. Erspalmer looking for his 4th strikeout tonight. The 0-2 is waved and missed on strike 3. Erspalmer back-to-back Ks, his 4th of tonight for out number 2.
And just continuing to look good here. Now kind of turning it on. He's been pitching to contact all day and now showing the waves, hey, I can strike you out too.
Looking for another 1-2-3 inning tonight is Mike Erspalmer. Dmitry Sasidko is the batter, who has been terrific this summer. He takes a pitch in the zone for strike 1. He flew out to center in the 3rd, but batting .346, and the Waves really happy with the production they've gotten out of him. 2 for 4 against the Riptide in that last meeting, 1 for 3 in the 1st. 0-1 in the middle for strike 2 from Mike Erspalmer. 0-2 the count with 2 outs, nobody on in the top of the 5th, where the Riptide lead 6-0. Sitko waves the bat around a couple times, awaiting the 0-2 from Mike Erspalmer. He gets set, kicks and deals. The pitch is called strike 3. Strikes out the side, Mike Erspalmer. 1-2-3 in the 5th. Bottom of the 5th coming up next, and Huon Fitzpatrick takes us the rest of the play. Riptide lead 6-0.
Welcome back, bottom of the 5th inning here. New pitcher on the mound for the Waves, excuse me. It'll be Peyton Perry, the 2nd Palomar pitcher we'll see today. Perry this summer, 3 innings, 3 walks, a strikeout, a 3 ERA. He had a scoreless inning against the Foresters his last time out. Not an easy thing to do. He'll face Reed Montgomery, who looks at strike 1 over the outside corner. So Colbeck just finished up in relief of Crawford. It'll now be Perry.
And Perry pitched against the Riptide in that initial meeting. He went 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 earned run, and 2 walks.
So Reed Montgomery quickly down 0-2. So Perry has pitched against this team, as Aidan said. This one in the dirt to Montgomery. he follows in the footsteps of his Palomar teammate Chance Crawford, although looking to have a little bit more success than him. And this one in the dirt, so Montgomery fights it back to even.
And I know the Riptide lineup is highlighted by Navarro and Lambden, but Montgomery also has been another one of those consistent guys. He's on a now 16-game on-base streak, and this is a guy you rely on to find a way to get aboard.
2-2 pitch. Called, strike 3. There goes Reed Montgomery for the first out of the bottom of the 5th. Peyton Perry, his first strikeout of the day.
And that's exactly what you want from Perry to start his outing. Gives him some confidence, gets the first strikeout looking against Reed Montgomery.
Now, Rocco Caballero, he's 0 for 1, got hit by a pitch and struck out. Still looking for his first Riptide hit. Just his second day with the team. That one in the dirt, ball 1. It'll be Crandall on deck, who has 2 sacrifice flies, although unless Caballero hits a triple, it won't be a situation for that. Dylan Nieto gets hot in the Riptide bullpen, so Earthbomber's day might be done. 2-0 to Caballero now. We haven't seen any Riptide pitchers go past 5 innings, so Earthbomber could buck that trend, or we could see Nieto. This one in the dirt, so Caballero up 3-0, and we've seen some interesting pitch management yesterday against the Philippines. Their starter, 4 innings through 102 pitches, which you don't see that, especially in summer ball. Caballero green light on 3-0, swings and misses.
And it definitely was a unique game for the Philippines in terms of how they managed their pitchers. Part of that had to do with just the limited amount of arms they had available that night. But the Riptide definitely were able to take advantage.
Caballero, that one just on the outside corner, so Perry battles it full. And as much as we want to see Earthbomber go 6, it's summer ball. He has yet to play college baseball. His arm is pretty young, and Stanford, I'm sure, doesn't want to mess with that. Caballero, a good take just off the outside for ball 4, so he gets on for the second time.
It's the 5th walk issued tonight by the Waves, and in that big win they had 11-2 over the Riptide, they only issued 4 and limited the Riptide to 4 hits. Back in the 3rd, the Riptide had 4 hits alone in that inning.
That one in the dirt, ball 1 to Crandall. That one on the outside corner, strike 1. So we saw Caballero steal second, his first time on base. And the Riptide have run all over the place today. We'll see if he goes again. 1-2 to Crandall. This one in the dirt, so 2-2 to Crandall. He's had some good at-bats. Both of those sacrifice flies were on the first pitch, and he just did exactly what he needed to do in those situations.
Definitely super productive. Has cashed in 2 runs for the Riptide, looking to reach for the first time.
This one off the outside, so full count. Caballero potentially could be on the move. Crandall, a good walk guy. He's got 8 walks to 9 strikeouts, and that's pretty close to the ratio that you want, and it's something that he prides himself in. Caballero stays put. Called, strike 3. Crandall goes down. He thought it was a little low, but Peyton Perry, his second looking strikeout of the inning.
That's a good way to respond after you issue the walk to Caballero. You get the strikeout, your second of the outing, the 4th tonight for the Waves.
One of those strikeout victims, Henry McDonald now. He's still looking for his first CCL hit as Caballero gets back to first. outside to McDonald, 1 ball and no strikes.
Everyone in the lineup today for the Riptide has reached already, and we're only in the 5th inning. Definitely a productive thing to see.
That one inside corner, strike 1. And as Aidan said, everybody on base. Zach Crandall technically not on base after sacrifice flies, but he still had some good at-bats. Now Caballero goes. This one lifted into left field, falling fast, but Sisitko is there to make the catch for out number 2. And as we head to the 6th, we'll have Jake Spence joining us up here in the booth when we come back and see if it's a new pitcher. Here comes Dylan Nieto. So new pitcher on the mound, Jake Spence in the booth when we come back. Turn the game over to Dylan Nieto, who this summer 1-1, 6 1/3 innings, 8 strikeouts to just 2 walks and a 2.84 ERA. The last time we saw him, he got his first start in a long time, according to him, and he didn't pitch his best, but had some defensive mistakes behind him and had to deal with that. So looking to have some better fortunes here. First pitch is inside to Connor Gomez, who one of the many flyouts to Reed Montgomery.
And to that point, in that start and the loss he ended up getting, he with 3 runs, no earned.
So 2-0 to Gomez now. 3 straight strikeouts for the Waves. That's how Ersbommer ended his night. So Gomez swings and fouls this one off. It's now 2 balls and a strike. As now Jake Spence joining us up here in the booth.
What's going on?
So 2-1, Nieto. Here's the pitch. That one in the dirt, ball 3. Jake, how you doing today?
Doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Good. We're good up here.
Yeah, and it's good to see you up here. We know you just got back recently, but just overall, how's the summer been so far with the Riptide?
It's been a blast. It's been a blessing to be part of this team and be part of the guys. And, you know, there's players from all over the country and, you know, different schools, different conferences. And it's just fun talking to everyone, meeting them, picking apart their brains and different levels too. So it's been a lot of fun.
Nieto now 3-2 to Connor Gomez. We haven't seen you in a while. You were out of town down at training at Tread as Nieto gets the strikeout, his first of the day. Can you talk about what you did down there in North Carolina and what that process looked like?
Yeah, so I go down to North Carolina. I've been down there for the past 3 summers now. So this time I was there for a couple weeks, and it's pretty much just seeing your coach again, because it's Tread is actually like a remote first coaching deal, and they offer the in-house training for remote athletes. So it's always good getting the hands-on and one-on-one time with your coach. And then I decided to throw in the mocap, which is like higher tech camera kind of thing that detects like how much force you're putting into the ball and all the cool analytical stuff. But so I got some numbers there, some weight room numbers, and saw what I was good at, what I kind of wasn't good at, and then you just keep improving your floor, keep improving like what you struggle with, and then hopefully like it increases to a better output. And so like when I first got there, like my velo was down, and then train, get stronger, and then you kind of leave on like a good note, So now coming back here to California, like you have a plan, you attack it, what you want to work on. So it's good, it gives you reassurance for what you really need.
Yes. Nieto got Mira to pop up to himself, so 2 quick outs here.
Dylan Nieto is on the mound here. Have you gotten a chance to get to know Dylan, and what can you tell us about him?
Yeah, I've known Dylan since I think like freshman year of college. I actually attended Saddleback, and we were both redshirting there. So there was like a good handful of redshirts there at the time. So me and Dylan were always training together, and then good play.
So as Jake said, good play by Camden Sauce. A 1-2-3 inning for Nieto. We'll keep Jake here for the bottom of the 6th. Try some more pear tree meats when we come back. Riptide leads 6-0. Welcome back. Jake Spence still with us here in the 6th inning. We got cut off by a quick inning. You were talking about Dylan Nieto and your friendship at Saddleback and how that's kind of blossomed.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. So yeah, we met at Saddleback, and then we just kept in touch since. He's a local guy too, from Mission Viejo. I'm from Aliso Viejo, so we also played against each other in high school. But yeah, Dylan, it's been like a cool journey for him to watch him go from being a shortstop to becoming a pitcher and just kind of like revamping his career. And he's always had the length and the build for being a pitcher. I think he's around like 6'4", so it makes total sense why he transitioned to the mound and just putting 2 and 2 together. And it's been fun playing summer ball with him.
Yeah, so now we've got some Pear Tree Meats food up here. We're not going to have meat today. We're going to give some love to the sides. We've got some mac and cheese, some beans, and a Caesar salad if we want to give that a try. Camden Sauce up now 2 balls and a strike. Peyton Perry still on the hill for the Waves.
I like the beans, and the mac is good. I think everything balances out pretty well.
Yeah, I've always been a fan. We've had the mac a couple of times. It's a pretty good mac and cheese.
It is, and I had the beans during the break, but yeah, they're just awesome. The mac is great, and feels like everything from Pear Tree Meats is pretty good.
Yeah, no complaints, so I love it.
I know you guys get that smell in the dugout wafts over.
Yeah, of the food for sure, especially when the barbecue's going.
What's your pregame meal look like? Are you a big heavy eater before a game type of guy, or do you like to keep it light?
I like to kind of have like a heavier breakfast. Like I'll have like 4 eggs. So I'll try to get like protein and carbs in, and then some form of caffeine like an hour before the game. I don't like to have caffeine like too close to when I'm gonna pitch, just because I don't like to feel super jittery out there. So just enough caffeine to like feel pretty amped, and then go through my warm up, my routine, plyo routine, bands, stretching, stuff like that. But yeah, just like a lot of eggs, and whether it's like toast or something like that for some carbs. Keep it simple.
So Camden Sauce strikes out. And Bradley Navarro up now. He's been on base twice, and you kind of talked about you've had a bit of an interesting journey this last year with baseball at San Francisco State. The program got shut down, unfortunately, so you've had to bounce around in the portal, and you just landed at a spot, Cal State LA. What was that process like for you?
Yeah, so going to San Francisco was super cool. I was at Cypress College before that, so shout out to Coach Hutt. It was great playing for him, and then Coach Schifano at San Francisco State. Learned a lot. It was a really old team. We had like 18 seniors, so being in a group full of older guys definitely puts things into perspective, and it definitely put a lot of things in perspective when we found out that our program was getting shut down. So I think it brought us closer together, and we made a pretty good run in the playoffs. Came up short, but it was really good being on that team. And and then now being in the portal, kind of like not by choice. I was looking forward to returning back to that school, but I was always taught, when one door closes, another one opens. So I got another opportunity, and Coach Escalera from Cal State LA reached out, and got a good deal with that. So I'm excited for that journey.
As a rare strikeout from Bradley Navarro, he goes down. So back-to-back for Perry, 2 quick outs for the Riptide.
To that point, that's Navarro's 4th strikeout this season. And I know you've been gone for some time, but how cool has it been to see Navarro and just how productive he's been at the plate for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, some of the guys were talking about it earlier. He just finds a way to get on every single time. Like, he rarely strikes out. He puts the ball in play. He's a really tough out, so it's really nice having him in the lineup, especially in like the leadoff spot. I think is where he normally sits at. So
yeah, it's got to be tough as a pitcher, a guy that just doesn't strike out, fouls off a lot of pitches. How do you kind of go about that on the mound facing a guy like Navarro?
Yeah, I mean, with hitters like that, you know that they're going to be tough out. They're going to make contact, so you can't just overcomplicate it. Like, hitting a baseball is already hard. So I think if you give the hitter too much credit, then you're just going to sell yourself short. So you just got to trust your stuff and go at it, And like, he's going to get himself out more than half the time, So you just got to trust your stuff, attack the zone, and let your defense do the work, because at the end of the day, it's 9-on-1. So
Jake Lambden, 1 ball, 2 strikes, and he just gets a piece, stays alive, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Now we're working with 2 outs, but have you guys had a chance to try these cookies over here?
I haven't.
I got one yesterday. It was pretty good.
I'll try it. Is that like caramel in the
I
middle?
think it might be peanut butter.
Oh,
I don't know.
peanut butter. I like peanut butter.
You're not allergic, are you?
No, I'm all good.
So we'll do 1-2 to Lambden again. Strike 3 called. So Peyton Perry strikes out the side. He's had 2 good innings out of the bullpen. Riptide still lead 6-0. We've been talking to Jake Spence. Jake, thank you for your time, and good luck the rest of the season.
Of course, thank you guys. It was an honor to be up here.
Welcome back. We thank Jake Spence for taking the time to talk to us. As we're going to have a pinch hitter here for the Waves. It's going to be James Heller as he takes a first pitch strike from Dylan Nieto, who had a 1-2-3 inning while we were talking to Jake Spence.
And that was awesome. It's always fun to have different guys up every night and just get to know them beyond the baseball field.
So 1-1 to Heller. Although we think this might be Tyler Covington, not James Heller. So he fouls it back, 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Jacob May done after getting the only hit of the day for the Waves. So Covington, 1 ball, 2 strikes, and he stays alive, fouls one sharply at the Riptide dugout. So it is Tyler Covington. So he's at the plate this summer. 267, 2 RBIs, couple of walks, and 3 strikeouts. Against the Riptide, the last time these two teams played, he hit a double. That one in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Jacob May done. He singled and flew out to Reed Montgomery. And this one just misses upstairs. Nieto wanted that one, but it'll move full.
And for the Waves, you're down by 6 runs. It's the 7th inning. Now's the time where you want to get something going, and it all starts with getting Covington on now.
Swing and a miss, and the bat goes flying. So not an ideal strikeout for Covington, as that one landed about 3/4 of the way up on that netting on third base, and Covington might need some pine tars next time up. So Nieto gets the strikeout swinging.
Big swing from Covington, loses the bat, and when I first saw it leave his hands, I saw Brian Evans over there, so I was worried for him for a moment, but landed out of his way.
Yeah, safely in the net. Coach Evans is okay as Nieto falls behind 1-0 to Jacob Hudson, who flew out to Montgomery his last time up. Unsurprisingly, it's happened a lot. This one in the dirt. So Nieto, a strong 6th inning, struck out Gomez, got Mira to pop up back to him, which you don't see every day, and then Thomas grounded out to Sauce at 3rd. And bullpen pretty quiet, so they could get some length out of Nieto here. And this one is fouled back, 2-1 now, as though Jack Morrissey stirring a little bit, but not really throwing. So we'll see how long Nieto's leash is. He's been good out of the pen so far.
And we're at that point in the year where Coach Brian Evans kind of told us, if you're having a good game, you're staying in.
That one over the middle, strike 2. And, yeah, I feel like at the beginning of the summer we saw guys 1 or 2 innings just see what they have and see how their stuff's working. But now it's crunch time. We get into playoff conversation. So if a guy's pitching well, might as well keep him out there. Soft grounder, high hop over the glove of Camden Sauce. And that one took a wicked hop, and not really Camden Sauce's fault. He was right there. It hit a rock and goes into the outfield. So the 2nd hit of the day for the Waves. A tough break for Camden Sauce.
Camden Sauce, yeah, that was a really tough play for him to make and just sailed over his head. That's the 2nd hit tonight for the Waves.
Yeah, he definitely had the ball there, but just wild hop over his glove. So a single for Hudson. Now Nilsson up. This one over the plate, strike 1.
For Nieto, that's unfortunate, but the important thing is you focus on the batter at the plate and 1 out at a time.
This one in the dirt to Nilsson. And Nilsson, before that hit from Hudson, he was one of 2 base runners for the Waves that got on against Ersbomber. He walked. But now 2 hits, 3 base runners overall for the Waves. And this one is flown towards Reed Montgomery, who's had quite the busy day in center field. He moves over and makes the catch for out number 2.
Nice job by Reed. Montgomery's done a nice job all night. And I think it's really important to point out we're in the 7th inning. The Waves have been limited to 2 hits. In that last meeting where the Waves blew out the Riptide, the pitching wasn't great. They gave up 14 hits and 11 runs. So just a really good performance so far from the 2 pitchers, Ersbommer and Nieto.
Yeah, they've both looked really good this summer, and they're keeping this Waves team at bay. A swing and a miss by Palmares. The runner was going, and he's safe. No one was really covering, kind of a delayed steal. So a steal for Hudson. Palmares swings and misses for strike 1.
It's the first stolen base tonight by a Wave player. And Palmares looking to avoid the dreaded hat trick, striking out for the 3rd time tonight.
Yeah, in danger of that hat trick here, but he's behind 0-1. See if Nieto can strand that runner and put another clean inning on his line. And swing and a miss, 0-2 to Palmares. So in danger of that hat trick. He's gone down looking and swinging today. So potentially a drop 3rd strike, so a 3rd unique strikeout. We'll see what happens. 0-2 pitch. This one fouled back behind us, so we'll do 0-2 again. So 6-0 here in the 7th. Nieto on the mound for the Riptide, who lead in this game. Only 4 hits, but 6 runs. And this one is smashed towards 3rd, but foul. And a lot of the times, it's hard to win games when you only get 4 hits, but the Riptide have really made sure those hits come in good spots.
They definitely have, and a big help has been the walks. There's 2 errors on the board for the Waves tonight, and a couple guys have been hit by a pitch as well. And the aggressive base running.
Yeah, Luke Johnson, 4 steals. Caballero a steal. Navarro with a steal. This one in the dirt, gets away from McDonald. He's got to play at 3rd. They throw, not in time. Good effort from McDonald, but Hudson sneaks in there safely on the wild pitch. We've seen Jimmy Zakar throw a couple guys out in similar situations like that, but McDonald unsuccessful there. So now 1-2 to Palmares with a run 90 feet away. And this one, high chopper to Camden Sauce. Redemption for him. Hard throw to first, picked over there by Cadena, who hasn't played first in a long time. A great play by him. Nieto appreciates the effort, and he gets out of the inning with no runs coming across. Riptide still leads 6-0 as we stretch and head to the bottom of the 7th. Gone to Cityside Fiber. It's your turn to get connected with Cityside Fiber, OC Riptide's favorite gig speed fiber internet provider. Whether you're streaming, gaming, or working from home, Cityside Fiber knocks it out of the park. Step up to the plate and get connected today at citysidefiber.com. We hope it was a good stretch as Isaac Cadena leads off. The Riptide have gone quietly in 2 straight innings, both against Peyton Perry. He had a four batter inning and then struck out the side in the 6th. So this one on the outside corner. Strike 1 to Cadena. Cadena, 2 RBI double today, and that kind of started a big inning for the Riptide. Is this one in the dirt, ball 1. So 1-1 to Cadena, the newest USC Trojan. As this one is hit sharply into left, but it'll hang up for Sasidko for out number 1. And I believe we have a new pitcher, so Peyton Perry is done. It's going to be Joshua Sayer, and he's the last pitcher we had as available, so he might be going the rest of the way. Peyton Perry, 2 very good innings from him.
Bringing a special guest, our director and producer, Alonzo. You've been sitting here all night long. How's it going?
Man, it kind of feels weird to be back up behind a mic. I know my voice is probably going to change just a little bit. We go a little deeper and everything, but finally getting the experience behind the booth with you guys. Just been listening for the past, almost 20 games now here at home. So, just really excited to be with you guys here on the broadcast booth as Aidan can't really get himself seriously. Here's a little short hopper to the second baseman. Makes the play real easy, taking the job of Huon Fitzpatrick as he wants to go ahead and take a bite out of his size from Pear Tree Meats. And that's a second out here at the bottom of the 7th inning. Huon, go back to you.
Alonzo, this is his domain. We have him behind the scenes this summer, but used to being on the mic like us. We'll introduce Joshua Sayer. This summer, 0-1, 7 1/3 innings, a 6.13 ERA, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. Pitched against the Riptide twice this summer as Reed Montgomery looks at strike 1. In those 2 games, he's 3 innings, a hit, no runs, a walk, and 4 Ks. So he's done well at shutting down this Riptide offense. Montgomery fouls this one back quickly, 0-2.
Now, I have a question for you guys. Obviously, you guys get the opportunity to go down there and talk to players, but Reed's jacked from what I've heard. Instagram reels, everything. Follow at Reed Montgomery from Cal State Long Beach, if I'm not mistaken. But this guy is absolutely nuked and just can rip it, if I'm not mistaken.
He is a big power guy, and yeah, he definitely is jacked and definitely hits the gym a lot, as Reed Montgomery.
Yeah, I remember Aidan and I were up in slow for that game against the Blues, and they were taking BP as this one's in the dirt, ball 2, and Reed Montgomery had his elbow guard on, and it didn't even go over his elbow because his arms were so big. I was like, what's the point of the elbow guard if it's not going to protect anything?
All I can say is I can see his quads from up here when you guys are down there talking to him, so that has anything to do with how big this guy is, man. That protein is working for Reed.
Good at bat from him. Goes 0-2 to full. Maybe he stocks up on the Pear Tree Meats over on the third base side. It is right behind the Riptide dugout. Full count pitch, and this one flied towards center field, giving chase is May, and the ball is going to drop. Although it's not Jacob May, it's Tyler Covington. So Covington's first effort of the game is unsuccessful as Montgomery reaches on the air.
This is a tough play for Covington. Had to work on the run, and it drops into center field. And a nice job from Reed Montgomery to continue to run. And he's on first.
So the error on Covington, third of the game for the Waves. And that's kind of why the Riptide have been successful despite only 4 hits. They've just taken advantage of mistakes by the Waves. Now, Rocco Caballero, still looking for his first Riptide hit, but been on base twice today as he looks at strike one. So they pick off to Montgomery. He gets back safely. Is now Jack Morrissey getting loose on the mound in the bullpen, so potentially we could see him next inning. Montgomery looks primed to run. Stays put. That one, great pitch on the outside corner. 0-2 to Caballero.
And Lonzo, I know we were talking about pear tree meats. Have you had a chance to try pear tree meats? I know we eat almost every broadcast, but I feel like you get left out sometimes.
Sometimes I just go ahead and after you guys walk out of the broadcast booth that night, I might dig into the trash, see if I find anything. But no, I have a pretty great relationship with Mike, the owner of Pear Tree Meats. He's absolutely amazing. Every time I do go down there, have a chance to have a conversation with him, talk about the sponsorship and how it's affecting his business. He might throw me a little tri-tip my way and a little bit of brisket. Everything from Pear Tree Meats is absolutely outstanding.
Caballero, a wild swing and a miss at strike three. So Riptide go down quietly around the air, and they still lead 6-0 as we head to the 8th. New pitcher on the mound. It will be the lefty Jack Morrissey, and he's been good this summer. Aidan, 4 1/3, 6 strikeouts, just 1 walk. Still has not allowed a run.
And he has definitely been good. That last outing of his against the Philippines didn't really go his way, where he just pitched a third of an inning. But other than that, he's looked terrific this summer.
So that one is 0-1 to a pinch hitter that we're trying to find, and now it's Ethan Begani, so he'll get his first at-bat of the day. Begani just 1 for 7 this summer with 3 strikeouts, and played against the Riptide last time, went 0 for 3. That one catches the corner, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
For Morrissey, it's a 2-pitch mix. He's got that 4-seam fastball around 86 to 88 and the slider.
This one grounded towards first. Cadena kind of made it close there, but took it himself for out number 1. Morrissey was well within the range of first base, but Cadena settled for the out himself. So Bagani retired, out number 1.
It looked like Cadena was going to underhand it back to Morrissey to get the out, and Cadena says, nope, I'll do this myself, steps on the bag and gets the out.
So Dmitry Sisitko up now. He's 0 for 2. That one on the outside corner, 0-1. So Sisitko 3 for 7 against the Riptide coming in to today, but 0 for 2. Now 0 for 3 as this one hangs up for Bradley Navarro, and 2 quick outs for Jack Morrissey. So now it'll be Connor Gomez, although maybe not. It is not Connor Gomez. It will be Brendan Shanahan. So another Palomar player for this Waves team. And not unsurprising, Palomar, a San Diego community college.
Going back to that last play with Sisitko, that's only the second fly ball that hasn't been a center field tonight. The Waves looking for some offense as they get a couple pinch hitters.
That one in there, strike 1 to Shanahan, who's just hitting 143 this summer.
He's 0 for 5 against the Riptide in both games he's played in.
That one off the outside, ball 1. So Gomez done after 2 at-bats. He flew out and struck out. You want to guess where that flyout was?
Where was it?
Reed Montgomery. So 2-1 to Shanahan now.
We've seen a lot of action in center field the past 2 days, whether it's a Sports Center highlight play or just a routine fly ball.
Yeah, there might be a magnet pushing the balls over there as Morrissey falls behind 3-1. And we talk about the only flyouts have gone to mostly Reed Montgomery and then a couple to Navarro. Luke Johnson in left field. He's not a left fielder. He tends to be an infielder. We've seen him at second and third a lot this summer, but he has played some left field as well. I'm sure he's happy to not have to deal with a fly ball. Check swing. No, he did not. So Morrissey allows the walk. Shanahan gets on with 2 outs.
Waves looking for some 2-out hitting as they get Gomez on, down by 6 runs. And Luke Johnson he's had a pretty nice night out there in left field like you brought up. Hasn't been busy at all. It's mostly been in center field. See if we get some action with the right-handed batter up now.
So it's Liam O'Day now as he'll look at ball 1. So Morrissey, 2 quick outs now, struggling to find the zone. Liam O'Day hitting just 182, but had a couple of hits and 2 RBIs against the Riptide last time out. And this one way inside gets him on the shin, and that one's going to hurt in the morning. So back-to-back base runners for Morrissey, and he's been so good out of the bullpen, hasn't allowed much of anything, but dealing with a little bit of adversity here.
Brian Evans is out there to talk things over with Morrissey and the entire infield. Just looking for one more out to get out of this inning. Send it to the bottom of the 8th for the Riptide is Jack Morrissey.
Now he's got top of the order for the best hitter that the Waves have to offer. Matthew Thomas is on a 5-game hitting streak. He's hitting .450, but 0 for 3 today. One of those flyouts to Reed Montgomery, but also sent one to Bradley Navarro in right, and then grounded out to Camden Sauce. So Thomas, the big bat against Morrissey, has 2 home runs, 7 RBIs this summer. This one in there, strike 1.
You brought it up how good of a hitter Matthew Thomas is. Really powerful hitter. He hit a grand slam against Arroyo Seco. If he gets a pitch he likes, there's a good chance he sends it out of the ballpark.
Yeah, he was the hitter of the year in high school. I'm sure you were there for some of those games, Aidan.
I was, yeah. Matthew and I went to the same high school, and it was a lot of fun to watch him play there.
This one inside, so now a ball and a strike to Thomas. Will be part of Cal State Northridge next year. After a season for Cal, as he pops this one up, and welcome back to the party, Reed Montgomery. He gets another fly ball, catches it for out number 3. So Morrissey works around the trouble. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Riptide lead 6-0. But first, a word from our friends at Experian. Experian is your BFF, your big financial friend. Big enough to have the resources and knowledge to have an impact, personal enough to help you with what's best for only you. No matter where you are in our financial journey, your big financial friend is a trustworthy companion by your side. Wherever you are in your financial journey, your big financial friend is ready to help you navigate the smartest way to reach all your personal financial goals with solutions you can trust. This is Experian, your big financial friend for life. For more information, visit Experian.com. Welcome back. Zach Crandall leads off for the Riptide. The offense has been quiet as of late, but looking to pick it up, both him and his team. So it'll still be Joshua Sayer out there. That's in their first pitch strike. We've had a bunch of defensive changes that we'll get to you momentarily. Quickly, 1 ball, 1 strike to Zach Crandall. That one dipped below the zone.
So behind the dish now is Ethan Begani. At first is Matthew Thomas, and second Liam O'Day. There's a new right fielder in the game, and we'll try to get that number for you.
So it's now 2-1 to Crandall. Now 3-1 to Crandall. That one inside. So 3-1 to Crandall. It's Shanahan in at right field. As Crandall flares that one away. Foul ball, strike 2. So they just flipped over the defense a little bit. Thomas goes into first. Shanahan goes to right. Liam O'Day to second. Ethan Begani behind the plate. Now we're all caught up. And called strike 3. Zach Crandall thought it was ball 4. He's not happy. He'll go back to the dugout. His second strikeout looking in a row. So Sayer, back-to-back strikeouts for him.
9th strikeout from the Waves tonight, and Zach Crandall thought he got his first walk tonight, was getting ready to head over to first before he got the bad news from Baltimore.
Wasn't happy on his last strikeout much either. As McDonald takes a big swing and fouls that one off for strike 1. He's been on base once with a walk. He stole a base, but 0 for 2 since then. That one misses in the dirt, ball 1. So since that big third inning, the offense is kind of quieted down for the Riptide, but the pitching has been so spectacular that they haven't needed many runs. That one called a strike to McDonald. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. McDonald still looking for his first hit in CCL play. He did have one in a non-league game. That one outside. Good take from him, 2-2.
It looks like Caden Muckley is getting warm in the bullpen for the Riptide.
Yeah, we haven't seen Morrissey go more than 1 inning all summer, so Muckley potentially for the 9th. Good at bat for McDonald here. He works it full. And this one popped up on the infield. Jacob Hudson makes the catch for out number 2. Now it'll be Camden Sauce, who led off his game with a double that kind of sparked that big inning in the 3rd, but since then 0 for 2.
And that really was a big play to start the 3rd inning. It gave them a hot start, sparked something, and the Riptide were able to score 5 runs in that 1 inning.
Since then, haven't done anything. They've had a couple of hits, but haven't done much by way of the... Actually, they haven't had a hit since that inning. They've had 4 base runners, but no hits. Camden Sauce waves and misses. 1 ball and 1 strike. Sauce on his way to Santa Clara in the fall after not appearing much for TCU. That one catches the outside corner. So I will say for the Waves, outside of Chance Crawford, who really got hit around, their pitching has really shut down the Riptide today.
Really has. Yeah, Chance Crawford did find himself in a lot of trouble, but Colbeck Perry and Josh Serra
just misses outside, almost the same pitch, but Sauce gets the call this time.
The bullpen has looked nice for the Waves, limiting the Riptide since then.
So 2-2 to Sauce. 2s all across the scoreboard. Now full. That one misses outside. So they haven't had a base runner since the 7th when Reed Montgomery reached on an error. Full count pitch. This one flown into left field. Falling fast. Coming in is Sisitko, and he's going to get there. The hat falls off, but he makes the catch. So another 1-2-3 inning for the Riptide. We head to the 9th. Caden Muckley trying to send us home happy when we come back. Welcome back as we head to the 9th inning. It'll be a new pitcher for the Riptide, Caden Muckley. Jack Morrissey goes 1 inning, a walk, and nothing else. So Muckley looking to close this one out. He's been good as of late this summer. He's got 4 1/3, 10 strikeouts, 4 walks, a 4.15 ERA, and his last 2 or 3 outings have been stellar.
And they mostly been just 1 innings and definitely stellar. He last played against the Bombers where he pitched 1 inning and had 1 strikeout. The Riptide looking for 3 of them here from him in the 9th inning.
So Caden Muckley on the mound. He'll face 2-3-4 for the Waves. It'll be Tyler Covington to lead off, Jacob Hudson behind him. So again, the pitching really good for the Riptide today. No runs for any of them. This one fouled back. Erstbomber gave up a hit. Nieto gave up a hit. Other than that, nothing for the Waves. And kind of surprising, only 7 strikeouts as a staff. That's below their season average, but they've done well to just get bat on ball and get some outs. So this one grounded towards diving play. Jake Lambden up, throws to first. A web gem from Jake Lambden. A slide in the outfield and made it look easy. Had Covington by a couple of steps. A great first out to the 9th.
What a defensive play by Jake Lambden. It feels like every game he just has one of those plays that makes you go, wow. And he's mostly played at shortstop, shifts over to second, and makes a nice diving stop, hops up, and delivers on target to Cadena.
And that's one of those in-betweeners. Cadena started for it, realized he didn't have it, and if Lambden doesn't get there, that's in the outfield. But he made a heck of a play as Muckley drops in strike 1 to Hudson.
Hudson has 1 of 2 hits today for the Waves.
Check swing, but they're not going to look at it. It's in the dirt, ball 1. And Jacob Hudson gave Reed Montgomery one of his many outs today. He also struck out in the first. That one just below the zone, ball 2. 92 on the fastball by Caden Muckley as his arm starts to come alive post Tommy John surgery. That one just misses on the inside corner as Muckley thought he had 2 straight strikes there, but instead it's 3-1. And now, never mind, scoreboard tricked me out. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes, so Muckley a chance for a strikeout here. That one in the dirt, so real ball 3 now, full. Muckley heading to Missouri in the fall after spending time with Coach Evans at Golden West. This one way inside, ball 4. So he's going to have to deal with some trouble here in the 9th.
For Hudson, that's a way to just be patient and get rewarded with the walk. Brings up Nilsson, who, other than that walk in the second, has been pretty quiet tonight.
Yeah, 2 flyouts to center, and that's all she wrote for him. So Nielsen up against Muckley. He'd love the double play to send us home. First pitch off the plate, ball 1. So Hudson leads off first. I would be surprised if they stole given the situation. Swing and a miss. Strike 1 to Nilsson.
Now, obviously, we still have 2 outs to go, but this would be a big win for the Riptide as they continue to add a couple more wins and try to move up in CCL South standings.
Yeah, especially with the gauntlet schedule to end the season. They'd love to stack wins as Nilsson waves and misses at strike 2.
And they've been doing well as of late. They're on the verge of their 4th consecutive win. third, just behind the Oaks.
Muckley, 1 ball, 2 strikes. That one called strike 3. Caden Muckley, a great curveball there for out number 2 and his first strikeout of the night. You were talking about the standings for the Riptide. They're technically in 3rd place, but because the Foresters don't participate in CCL playoffs, the Riptide currently the 2 seed as it stands. That one in the dirt. McDonald keeps it in front to prevent Hudson from moving up.
And it's going to be a wild finish to the season where the Riptide still have 4 games against the Saints. It's anybody's game at the moment. But for the Riptide, they just want to stack as many wins as possible, give them some buffer.
This one popped up, playable in the infield. Now goes foul. Sauce calls off McDonald and makes the catch for out number 3. Riptide 6-0 win, a big inning where they scored 5 runs, propels them to victory. What went right today, Aidan?
The pitching staff was a big positive for the Riptide tonight. You get another good start from Mike Gersbaumer, Nieto, Morrissey, and Muckley came in. The bullpen was really good. They limited the Waves to just 2 hits all night long and no defensive errors, and that's always a positive. And the Riptide were able to take advantage of opportunities when they got guys on, especially that big 3rd inning, and it's really positive to see the pitching staff play well and the Riptide able to get guys aboard.
So a big win for the Riptide as they boost their playoff standings. A day off tomorrow, back at it on Friday on the road. They'll be taking on the Barons in Compton. You can catch that on Mixler if you follow us, OC Riptide, and then back here on Saturday at the Great Park, we'll have that for you as well. We will see you on Friday on Mixler. Riptide win 6-0. Good night.